Okay, so welcome to this video on the Human Rights Act 1998. The objective of this video is to understand one way in which human rights are protected. Now, before I continue, you might not be used to learning this way, so here are some things which might help you. Pause the video if it's going too quickly, especially on the bits you have to read. So if there's a lot to read, pause it, read it, make sure you understand it before unpausing and continuing. Second, rewind anything you didn't catch properly. If there's something you didn't understand, go back, watch it again, make sure you get it. The third, take notes in your own words as you watch this to make sure you're getting everything that you need to get. Okay, so what is the Human Rights Act 1998? First, let's go over that. Well, it's a piece of law which protects human rights in the UK. The government has to keep these rights in mind when they come up with any new laws or new public services. So for example, if they're coming up with a new law, they couldn't go against the rights that are contained within this piece of legislation. And if an organization or someone in a position of responsibility is not looking after your rights, you can use this act, this law, to do something about it right here in the UK. You can report abuses to the police and take that organization or that person to court. But remember, this only applies to official organizations and people in power. For example, that could be the government, it could be even your own school, your employer once you start working. You can't use this to take your neighbor to court just because they disagree with you or they might be abusing your human rights. It doesn't work that way. They're not in a position of official responsibility. Okay, so these 16 articles, the 16 bullet points, these are the 16 rights covered under the Human Rights Act of 1998, and they are listed here for you. Now take a moment, read through these, and if you need to pause the video while you read it, you should do so because I'm going to move on quite quickly. So just to go over some of the rights that are contained in this, the first one is that everyone has the right to life, which means no one can take your life away. Everyone has a right to a fair trial, so that means you're innocent until proven guilty. Everyone has a right to an education. There are 16 rights. See if you can familiarize yourself with them, memorize them, see how far you get. Okay, check your understanding. Now that you've gone through the presentation, check to see if you've understood, or rather how much you've understood from it. See if you can answer these two simple questions. What does the Human Rights Act of 1998 do? And can you name at least 5 rights which it protects? That's the end of this presentation. Well done for going through it, and if you have any questions, note them down and bring them to me in the lesson.